the game, and you do have that level 6 Talia plus Pantheon combo that we talked about, so there's a lot of setup right there. I feel like what Ruddy do really, really well. What Baus has been behaving so far, no shenanigans behind tier 1s or tier 2s.
None of that at all. As it does look like we are going to get a gank coming in. Velia found Gaethan, he's got the free talent strike, and first blood going to Velia!
This is the challenges you run into.
Wait, hold on. Nah, they're all right.
Hey, it's fine.
Although Crowley's coming over just to make sure he's fine. Reckless gonna get the reset off.
Oh,
wait, Marlon flashes in here. Nata jumps forward. Reckless looks for the turnaround. Marlon's gonna secure the kill, but Crowley turns it back around. Down goes Marlon. Teleport coming in as well. Baus is here as Nata is trying to finish up Crowley. Crowley's able to flash away. Nata finding himself on the wrong side of history, dodging away on the arrow. Nata, he just has to run towards the jungle. Baus, no ultimate available. Flashes ease into the queue. And Los Ratones will take their third of the game.
Super quick reactions right there from Baus. TP's down bot lane. We do have Baus. He has reset again over the top, but he does have ult. He's looking to play towards more the top side of the map. He's playing aggressive. Is he ulting in? I think he ulted in.
Oh, we're going to see some action top side. Knockup comes in. Baus will go down, but he's got the zombie form. It's a 1-for-1 already, but he's just going to chase onto Nata. Nata, no! He survives! So close to going down.
However, we'll get them later.
Yeah, we'll bring that one up later. It looks like Los Ratones going to get themselves their first dragon. They've changed their playstyle because they were actually dropping dragons at the beginning of the split. But once we got the, I think a lot of it also just kind of boils down to all the action that went bot lane with Baus TPing and stuff. That changes it all. But Peng, he's been caught by a charm here. In jumps Velia! And Velia secures his kill. Natinat comes in, finds the stun onto Velia, but don't really think there's much place for him to go. Caught by the knockup. Natty fighting off way too much there. That's 2 kills for Los Ratones.
What a fantastic turnaround. Reckless gank.
15 minutes-ish, roughly. Really, really impressive from them. Marlon gonna spot Reckless here, but I don't think there's really much coming of it. Just gonna go for a bit of supportal combat between the two of them. Crowd control galore. Does look like Nat's coming over though. Reckless may have bitten off a little bit too much here. Does have his ultimate, does have his flash. The curtain has actually been called. Reckless might find himself just going down here. Is he going to escape the 4th shot? No! Nata finishes him up.
Nice punish right there from Ruddy getting one for themselves. And as you can see, setting up that very
deep... will not have his flash. He will have his cleanse by the time the dragon comes up, so at least has something. But they're going to immediately jump him cleanseless. Down he goes. Shut down for Nata. Crowley has fallen. And that could just be dragon here for Los Ratones.
These were the plays that were happening versus Nord, right? They were overextending. They were getting caught one by one. Ruddy's being able to grab that dragon right here. It's huge. You stop the stacking, and most importantly, you stop for the time being feats of strength going over to Los Ratones.
Slows them down massively. Dragon number 2 in the pocket.
And look at him. He's wrapping around that mid lane as well. He's looking towards the carries. Peng no mana.
He's just used the Unraveled Earth as well in the jump for Spirit Rush. Gonna charge forwards. Nemesis actually gets caught back, and this could be a big turnaround here. Nemesis able to jump away to safety. Meanwhile, Baus being hunted by Marlon and Nata. Blast cones over the wall to get to safety, but Marlon's gonna keep the chase
on the screen as Los Ratones will claim the first tower, which will also give them the feats of strength.
Nice do in response. They can't push any waves or any towers, really.
A little bit late on the rotation out there from Ruddy, particularly because they didn't have the waves pushed, right? They had so much vision inside this river, but they were actually pulled out from Los Ratones. Now they're pulling TPs. The wave is down from Talia. Let's see if they can make it work. Pantheon ult.
Marlon coming in. They're going to throw that Pantheon ult down, but Nemesis goes for the charm, collects it on to Gaethan, and Gaethan will fall. Crowley secures the kill. Nemesis looking to finish up Nata. Nata hit by the charm, goes for the cleanse, but everybody else is falling apart on the other side. Crowley taking a double kill as Peng's able to escape, but 4 down.
Los Ratones don't need to break the formation. They don't need to jump to the back line because they're so strong as is. They just go through it. Gaethan literally melted from that charm from Nemesis, and the Nemesis found his way onto Nata as well. The positioning was not on point right there from Ruddy. And even though we said they don't necessarily need a formation, they're kind of all of them, they're like disruptors, and Jin sets up for them. And a little bit worried. Talia's not a tank killer, Panther's not a tank killer, Jin is definitely not a tank killer. As people would like to argue that, I feel like it takes way too long.
Find a return move in response to that one, so Baus got a nice little shove here on the top side, and the bot side, sorry. Skathan just doing his best to hold here on the Cho'Gath, and Ratones setting up here to jump in on to Natty, caught by the Chains of Corruption, and with the arrow coming through, Natty will fall. Velia secures the kill.
I mean, they're just brute forcing fights at this point, right? 8,000 gold in the lead. You see, champion!
Baus!
You jump, champion!
Nata goes down! Baus finds the kill! Huge O into the backline, flashes to the safety of his team, and he's into Herald! Drives it into the tower, secures the kill, as Velia gonna be going around. I think he's going for that bot, that top lane tower. He's just gonna run over a whole bunch of people on the way in. Smashes into the tower. Tower number 2 in the top side will fall as well. Lost Ratones, that gold lead just...
Putting LR in a position where they have to answer really quickly on the map, which they have been relatively really good at most of their games.
Oh,
but
Baus.
just confuse them, you don't have the ult now.
Hit by the deadly flourish, put into the bounce house. Reckless is making his way in. Somehow, Baus is alive. Marlon's coming over. Peng, good wall to break up the members of Lost Ratones as Baus continues to stay alive. He's finding a knock-up. Marlon has fallen. Baus is immortal. Charm onto Gathan. Lost Ratones take it all.
And the T1 tempo TP over on the top side, which will then force Peng's TP as an answer. Lost Ratones at another last outer defense for Ruddy.
I think Ruddy are a little bit scrambled after this game one. It's going to be
Come on, man, like 14k up now, the Magi's?
I mean, yeah, get it earlier, bro.
Right?
I mean, everyone has upgraded their boots apart from Reckless as well. Like, everyone's got their feet boots.
I feel like it's because he just completed his item, right?
Yeah,
so he doesn't have the gold to upgrade that. Getting that item, getting the Knight's Vow is so much more important, as Ruddy are taking punches on that side as well, and Marlon's going to pay for it.
Marlon goes down. Nice pick up there from Crownie. Don't think they're actually going to look for anything else. They may just ping back towards that Baron. This is nice, because one of our criticisms...
They know,
Natty,
they know for sure.
Natty, this is your moment, be a hero. He's been seen. The charm from Nemesis comes in. Natty is chunked, and down he goes. Nemesis secures the kill. No Baron still on the cards. Lost Ratones going to take it all.
It just gives 50.
It does give 50.
It does give 50.
Not 50k, just 50.
Just 50.
Just 50.
Oh, Peng. Oh, Peng, look who's behind you. Oh, actually, don't look.
He's going to go for the wall. Oh, what an interrupt! Crowley secures the kill from downtown. That's why you don't give him Scion.
LR pushing 3 lanes at once.
I think this is almost as
it can
than
get.
a single dragon and 4 kills. This is a near perfect game from Lost Ratones. Really, really clean stuff from them. They are just getting a little bit poke onto Velia, but he's too tanky, man. Like, they don't have the damage right now. Infinity Edge was only just finished up onto Nata. Nemesis getting jumped onto Marlon does force the Spirit Rush out, but it's low cooldown. He's going to be able to jump away.
They're gonna
as
wrap
Reckless
around.
jumps in, they're going to go for that wraparound. The charm goes a little bit wide, but that is going to be Natty Nat falling down. Peng being absolutely obliterated. Crownie caught by the knockup, goes for the cleanse out though, as we see a couple of extra kills coming in. Baus flashes in to Nata's face to try and find him, evading the ruptures. Peng will fall, Nata will fall. Reckless finds the damage onto the Cho'Gath. Here's the knockup. Gathan, he's on the steps of his fountain, but he can't escape. It's the ace over to the side of Lost Ratones. They open strong.
What an absolutely dominating game one from LR. All the worry when they fell down to the low.
Me, sorry, my bad, or is this going to be another carry? Well, the cards are revealed. Desk, I need to understand where you land.
But he's not going to fall for it. Charge through, and they could potentially cut Natty Nat in the jungle. Baus is in there as well. They're going to spot him.
Does the old backflip back. Natty pose down the W just to keep himself alive, but the Ignite is on. They've got vision. They're ticking him off.
He should be out.
Can they find that closer? I don't know if there's a blast cone for Velia. So he's not going to be able to close that wall. Although Natty, he jumps forwards and Baus. He's just gifted first blood.
Trying to steal the I think he was aware. The second he saw that there was no one moving on the bot side of the map, there was going to be zero contest. There is no camps in Velia's jungle as well, so that's not where Nafiri could be. The respect and the help from Velia.
Well, it looks like Velia just continuing to try and put Natty behind. 48 farm to 32 is the CS difference between junglers. Natty is able to tick over to level 5, but Baus getting some damage off here onto Gaithan. Fight's breaking out, and actually it's Gaithan who's got the first move. Velia throws down the steadfast presence for a bit of movement speed, but gets caught by Natty's Q. Nemesis coming in with the R. That's going to be a good lockdown onto Peng, but he gets him with the rune prison. Nemesis, ult available, not going to be necessary. Peng secures the kill.
Very nice cutoff right there from Peng. Uses the ult to stop the choke point, stop Ratones from getting away. Velia and Natinat again fighting over one jungle creep. Velia's just gonna hit level 6 though, and Natinat.
Oh, Peng! Baus finds the assassination. Beautiful from him.
And that's what this champion does, right? You reset, you come through from base, you're super fast. You can actually lane gank very easily.
Got the souls. Gonna be sprinting around the map as Velia. Hex flashing onto Natty, catches him with the steadfast, goes in for the damage. Natty, can he get the escape? No! Baus is here! What was that you said about shutting him down? He is 3-0.
He's shutting down. Really want to be fighting.
Nemesis can be able to grab himself a plate for free. Marlon actually gets the solar flare down. They've got the the warp coming in from Peng, finds him with the rune prison. In jumps everyone, it's everything onto Nemesis. Peng secures his second kill of the game. Nice pick there from Ruddy.
Great punish right there. Marlon
11 minutes on the clock. Velia going to secure the second dragon here for the side of Lost Ratones.
I don't like that. I don't like that they were 4 versus 5, yet they didn't take any control of the bots of the map.
Yeah, I mean, they able to do much there, but just watch those minions die underneath the tower. Natty may find Velia here, has got backup. They find the lockdown, steadfast presence used. Velia losing a chunk of health. The true shot barrage comes in as well. Good scatter from Nemesis. Velia's able to flash away. The hammer comes down, and nobody from Lost Ratones will die in the mid lane. In jumps Reckless to try and find the lockdown onto Marlon, who flashes over, but he gets himself locked in place. Nata with the assassination. Velia's going to trade out. Nata gets a double kill coming in as Reckless will secure the kill in response.
Great aggression right there from Ruddy Sack. They have been finding. I think they're looking for Baus. Look at Marlon again, wrapping behind
He's on the
that
run.
bot lane tier 1. He's looking for Baus. Gonna find him. Don't think there's much follow-up.
I mean, they get the solar flare, they get the Zenith blade. Baus is on that run. They're going to throw everything down, but he's going to use the W. Baus can't play the escape game, and that is just him done. Natty gets the shutdown.
And Peng, very nice respect over towards the top side of the map. Knows there's no teammates around. Most likely the Herald's going to be going down. Lost Ratones are going to use that death timer on Baus to take that top lane tier 1 with the Herald. But again, a great aggressive play generated by Marlon's Leona.
And what I really respect about this is they made a play. Lost Ratones gain something, but they lose something in response. You have to get it for free. What a charge coming in from Velia. Gonna finish that one up. Reckless makes sure he gets out. Absolutely beautiful. Nata just so aggressive on this Ezreal as well.
Okay.
No.
Not this time. He was the wrong target. He was the wrong target.
Yeah, he's playing respectfully as well. They don't really know where the vision is, and I actually think that Rodisak probably will be able to get this dragon, although teleport's getting thrown towards the top side. So yeah, this could be the opportunity. Nata dodges away on the Glacial Fissure, gets away from the Q as well. Hit by the Scatter of the Weak. Marlon's going to come in for the block, but Nemesis takes him down. Now Marlon is on that run. That's going to be the lockdown. Dragon has been secured as Lost Ratones secure a double kill in response for the dragon. Heavy cost there.
You cannot be dying to this as an Ezreal. There is no actual engage on the side of Lost Ratones. It's more like maybe if we tag someone with Scout of the Week, maybe a Braum Q, sure, maybe we can chase. They do have the ability to chase with their champions. But when it comes to actually getting caught on an Ezreal, this should be a huge no-no.
In comes the lockdown. Good steadfast presence from Velia, but they're going to find him with the rune prison. Gaithan's jumped over the wall. Velia almost finds the kill onto Natty. Good flash to safety. Peng gets his third kill of the game. Tower will be secured here for the side of Lost Ratones. Atakan coming up in a little bit as well.
A kill for a tower, that's usually what Lost Ratones does. It's usually...
Yeah, it's like a unique flash he has. Does damage as well.
Oh, Marlon.
Marlon, is he going to find him? Flashes
this guy's everywhere.
Gets the lockdown onto Baus as Baus will fall. Gaithan finds the kill. Teleport coming in. Don't think there's a dive opportunity, although we're seeing a teleport coming out from the side of Ruddy as well. Peng comes up to join the top lane. Now, Atakan is up in 14 seconds. Neither of these two have teleport. Gathen's closing in on his as Natty coming in for Nemesis. If he times this right, he's going to be able to get it. In they jump. Can that scatter connect? I don't think it's going to make his mark. It may just be onto Peng. Does get the stun onto him, but in jumps Natty with the ultimate to lock down Nemesis as he is just going to find himself pinned in place in the alcove. Nowhere to go. Peng on a killing spree, but in comes Velia, gets the root prison off, the flash into the wall bang. Marlon's made his way over. It's a 1-for-1, mid for mid. Atakan and the health bars are in favor right now of Los Ratones as they've got Reckless closing in as well. Nata on that flank. Natty's able to break away. The wallbang actually hit one of the dogs and not onto Natty. Good solar flare into the true shot barrage. It's going to get blocked up by Reckless as they're just putting a little bit of extra damage down. Crowley is locked in place, but he finds the kill onto Natty as Nata has to flash away. Bouse almost finishes him up. Gathen now joining into the fight, looking for the lockdown onto him. Has the ultimate, but he is going to be taken out. Crowley secures the kill.
Overextension by Ruddy right there, trying to squeeze as much as they can from that chase. And Los Ratones come out with
so much going on, and it's what I like to call the bad ninja movie fight, where everyone goes in one at a time. They don't dogpile, they all just go in one at a time after the hero.
Like an old Japanese film or something.
Yes, exactly, but now Baus may find Peng. Peng's got a fair amount of damage. He has that Seraph shield. He's going to get popped, and Baus can't really do too much more about that. He's just going to get himself mounted back up, and I don't think Peng is going to find the outplay. Down he goes. Marlon misses the solar flare. In jumps the dog onto the backline. Belly is exceptionally low. Natty's been able to take him out, but he is pinned on his own. Gathen, no ultimates available. Los Ratones taking everything off the map.
Ruddy are looking for scraps right here. And I'm fearing you cannot anymore cancel that. You're all the way in. And Naka does a lot of damage, but the second the wall comes up from Braum, you cannot walk through that choke point anymore.
Well, that Dragon Ruddy were able to get earlier has now denied this from being that soul, but it is now soul point. I guess Baus is basically a walking teleport. He's very quick around the map.
Yeah, I feel like Atakan is a neutral objective that you actually need to properly set up for. Velia caught.
Solar flare onto Velia, gets the interrupt on that steadfast presence. Natty's chasing over, just summons in a couple of extra dogs. Ultimate lands onto Marlon to send him packing. Gathen about to ult out though, so he has Mega Gnar available. Baus gonna go for the lockdown. Can he get the damage off? I think he's got it. Marlon can't even save the day for his mid laner. The scatter is huge. Peng is able to survive. Doesn't have teleport, does have ultimate. Baus is going to continue the chase.
That's Atakan, that's
Atakan. And that is Atakan. Ruddy just wrong place, wrong time. They were not set up for that play. Down they go.
No TP on Gnar, no TP on Rise. Really, really hard to just get back into this river. And they're going to try to. Marlon is stepping forward together with Nat. Now, they do have the Rise ult if they want to move anywhere near. But the objective is completely gone, and Ruddy they arrived too early, and now they have to leave too late.
He's super big. Now, things to note, Peng has got his Seeker's Arm Guard, so he has a temporary Zhonya's available to him. 10 stacks as well on the rower. Only level 15, so needs to hit level 16 for the maximum effect of the ultimate, as they do quite a bit of damage here on Velia. Don't think they're going to go for more, but actually I say that, they find the lockdown instantly into the Glacial Fissure. Peng's health bar is annihilated. Velia has to flash over, and it's going to be Gathen on his own. He is taken down by Nemesis. Ruddy, very scattered on the play, and ultimately they're just going to have to pay the price.
It's just the ideas are good, the execution is just not there.
Hold on, Crowny. Natty's just going to flash over the wall. He finds him. Natty, beautiful kill. Velia's chasing in, comes forward with the wall bang and answers out. It's a 1-for-1. Meanwhile, Baus took tier 2 mid, took tier 2 bot as well.
That's shielded really nicely.
He has. He's done a very good job of his shield. Being a proper shielder. As a
proper shielder.
Velia, they get caught. Actually, Scuttlebeat hits onto Natty. He's used the W. Natter's dead off screen. Baus just assassinates him. Another kill going over. That's going to be a double kill for Baus. 3 members of Ruddy fall. Nemesis finds the scatter of the week onto Marlon, and he's just going to continue to chase. Teleport out from Gathen. He wants nothing to do with it as Marlon is just giving Nemesis the old run around, but the scatter of the week connects as they're going to continue to chase on him. And the bad thing here for Marlon is ultimately he's got a delayed death.
Other than him being dead?
Delayed death, man.
Delayed death. Okay, I'm just going to be quite honest here. I don't think it matters whether he's dead. Focusing, Brownie dives forward to defend Baus, and again, Los Ratones win that fight fair and square. I mean, they have more items in their inventory, right? They're really slapping Ruddy with their wallets, and Gathen.
Crowny, he's got the E, he's got the damage, and Crowny secures the kill. Beautiful pick up there.
Hey, I could have done that play-by-play.
Yeah, you could
There
have.
wasn't much play.
There wasn't much that happened. Gaethon was chunked and he died. What can Ruddy do?
All right. In this game, I don't think the game touched a little bit too much.
Yeah, they've been getting blown up by Baus. There's not much they can do about that one. So we'll see. It's played smart. They're just kind of trying to wait out this Baron. The problem is Nemesis is in the mid lane. He's got a good shove here. Inhibitor will probably fall fairly soon. Natty's doing his best just to hold on, but that wave is going to slowly but surely cut through the Inhibitor. Nemesis actually going to move over and try and play with his team. Good scout of the week lands onto 2 people. They just back off. Peng finds himself caught. Half of his HP is gone. Solar Flare comes in. Can they find that bit of extra damage? Beautiful ult out from Velia to send Marlon away from his team. As the Unleashed Power secures the kill. Gaethon about to gnaw out. Faust jumping in. Gets caught, but Marlon is ignited and taken down. Gaethon is going to be after one hell of a hero play. Natty unable to do much about this one. Scout of the week lands into the Rune Prison, but Natty is going to have to throw the W out. They are stuck on their fountain as Lost Ratones are just slowly but surely whistling through them. Baus is going low, but Reckless, he's coming in with the blocks. In jumps back here onto the back line, secures the kill, but
Peng?
the tower's going down. They're portaling in. Can Peng find the opening? Natty is trying his hardest. Crowny may get locked out, but he instantly throws the cleanse out. Gaethon can't get the extra damage down. Velia trying to get on to that Nexus. He can't do it, but Peng on his lonesome stopwatches the Unleashed Power. In comes Marlon for the backup. They've lost their DPS. Natter's back on the map though. This game might not be done quite yet. Wallbang onto Marlon. I don't think Marlon's surviving. Natty will fall to the buckle as well as he secures the kill. Scatter forces the cleanse. Gaethon goes down. 30 minutes on the clock. And Lost Ratones will go to match point.
Lost Ratones out.
When you know the way Baus plays the Jax, he goes in, one shot, moves on. It's not an AD Jax. What is that?
He hasn't changed too much after all.
Crowny just continuing to get aggressive in the lane. Marlon once again going for the underneath, gets the hook off here. Doesn't really have much mana. Crowny's been ignited though. Barrier's been forced out. Marlon not going to go away. Gets the lockdown. Natter, can he find a little bit of extra damage? Flashes over the bubble. Natter secures first blood. Marlon takes a dip, heals back up. Beautiful play from Ruddy Sack's bot lane.
Fantastic stuff so far in that early game.
Yeah, really nice to see that as well, because normally it's actually Lost Ratones who take those first dragons. We are seeing a fight though breaking out. Velia gonna have to throw some what damage out. Bubble does land here on to Natty. In jumps Marlon, goes for the flash, doesn't connect though with the lockdown, but they find the pop back and Peng able to find the kill. Ruddy, 2 on the board. Natter continues to chase forward, gets a bomb on his head. Crowny's putting some extra damage in as the bomb goes off and they're all going low. That's gonna be the revive. Hook comes out and Ruddy Sack are gonna be forced to run away. Marlon being hunted here. Dashes away to safety. Ruddy incredibly low. Crowny will not be able to find another kill, but beautiful start here for Ruddy. 2 kills under their belt.
You don't have a lot of defensive items on the side of Lost Ratones to be able to withstand all the damage coming through from Ruddy Sack, as well as saving multiple people. Resilient ult. It is this time going to be the Dragon, and Baus is getting a little bit beaten up right here by the Yorick.
He's getting quite low. Gaethon actually may have enough for the solo kill. Maiden's doing the work. Feat of warfare as well. Gaethon with the solo kill. And as you can see, that might be one of the...
If they overextend, it could be the punish. One bubble is all that needs to land to get that trundle in. But Ruddy Sack for now, they're not getting baited. Level 6 on the Pike.
Oh, Natter has to ult away there. Marlon looks for the lockdown. Good pillar comes in. Tied away from making his way forward. Natty jumps in. 1 kill already over. Bubble hasn't quite hit. Goes in with the ultimate. Natter's putting more damage down. He takes out Velia. Finds the Q. Onto Crowny. Natter flashes forwards. Crowny takes it. And Ruddy fumble the play. Double kill for Reckless.
We're in Denmark! Double kill for Reckless on the Nami. Obviously, Zaskidin, they do manage to get one back, but then again, the over-aggression came through and instantly shut down.
Marlon! I don't think he's getting away. Crowny, that's his first kill of the game because Reckless got the double. Huge play there, picking him up while Natter was making his way to lane. We do see Nemesis getting heavily chunked out. We are seeing some fire in Ruddy.
Grubs that they're focusing on And you see how the Yorick versus Jax kind of works early game. Obviously, this is an AP Jax. As Marlon's around the corner, but I don't think they can do much.
Yeah, they are going to secure themselves a single grub, although in jumps Natty, goes for the smite.
wall.
Gathan in the middle of everyone. Reckless finds himself caught by the hook and taken down. Gathan secures the kill. Marlon flashes over, finds the stun. Velia will fall. Gathan gets the double kill. Natty continues to chase forwards as he gets it. Ruddy Sack are back.
They all assembled so quickly, and props to Gathan. He pre-charges the wall onto Reckless. That is a flashless Nami. Pins him in there, Marlon pulls him out, and they chase them one by one. They've got fantastic chasing ability. As Marlon's waiting around for post. And again, I have to give major props to Marlon for showing up.
Thrown down the realm, that's going to be the Resurrect coming out here from Nemesis, but that Chrono Shift is not going to do much. He flashes away from Marlon's lockdown. The calculation works out here as Baus finds himself in a 1 versus 2. Grandmaster's Might's been thrown out for him. Hits level 11. Natty's going to chase forwards, and it's just able to make his way.
So they Jax and Marlon, Natinat, Gathan, all up top. Can they get him? That's the question.
Minion's going to block there. They've got the wave crashing in. They've got the Maiden. Gathan's going to make sure this one can happen. Throws the cage out. Baus trying to play the escape game. He's able to evade away on the queue. Chases forwards. Baus is locked down by the Vault Breaker though. And X marks the spot. Gathan secures the kill. Tower will crumble. Very well executed.
Very well played by Natinat. He charges the Q and misses on purpose so that Counter-Strike gets off cooldown. Because if you hit him and then you get Counter-Strike under tower, you're going to be stunned and take the tower shot. So well played by the Vi. Has to flash. Velia flash is over.
Velia looking for Natty. I didn't think he was in danger. Finds knockback with the Q. That's going to be the kill. Gathan answers out though. A 1-for-1.
That Sundered Sky heal. Look
towards that Herald on the top side.
And Gathan is having such a good time into Baus. Again, very close. That second item for Yorick. They got Crowny.
Gets caught by the slow, has to flash away. Tidal Wave thrown out as well. Nobody goes down, but the flash on Crowny is a big loss.
You see Natinat, he's heading towards that bot side. Counter-Strike already used. If they can wrap around, it's just one press away from Baus going down. They're not going to take that hit. I feel like, again, he's fighting as well. Yes. Specifically when the second item is going to be completed right here. He's got already Extremity Forces, the mid lane tower.
Very weak tier 2 tower. And he's already ahead over his opponent. It's a 1.5k gold lead for Gathan over Baus. As Marlon getting heavily chunked out here, has to jump away. Baus flashes in, locks down Peng and Nata. Nata's low HP, has to flash the wall himself. Baus can't go for the ward hop. They're not able to get the damage off, and ultimately they're going to lose the tower. Ruddy Sack successfully disengaged.
Huge Counter-Strike. Samaran doesn't have to splash to commit for that one, right? Does someone manage to get into the backline? A big bomb potentially from Nemesis landing. This is where the flashes really lose their value for being used in the previous iteration. This time around though, it's going to be a handshake. Atakan, 4 Herald. I kind of like this handshake right here from Ruddy Sack because they do have that mid lane still standing up.
Yeah.
So they could potentially use that Herald to take down that mid lane tier 1.
Well, there's the Herald down. They may actually just use Nata to take it. As Ruddy, Gathan, unaware of where everyone is. I think he's in danger. Caught by the slow, got the double bomb locked down, Tidal Wave thrown out. Gathan incredibly low here, worth a lot of money as Crowny gets himself the shutdown. Very patiently played.
1,080 gold into already and 2 items.
And as Lucian into a as a squishy champion into this, you got to jump into a Pike, into a Aurora, into the Vi most scarily. Is I'm gonna have to interrupt that because they're jumping in. The lockdown there. Nada goes forwards for the kill. Baus jumps in, finds the lockdown onto 2, gets the Chrono Shift off as well, jumps out. It's a 1-for-0 for Los Ratones.
Ooh, that was a very great engage right there from Los Ratones. Good counter engage by Ruddy Sack, but I think Marlon missed his ult on the key target, so the execution did not go through from the Pike. And right here, Los Ratones, they know they have numbers advantage. Nata no flash.
Caught by the pillar, no ultimate available. Crowny takes the kill. I'm pretty sure that's the IE finished up for him. And this Lucian spiking hard as Marlon is on the hunt and interrupts into Velia, finds the lockdown. Peng gets a whole heap of damage off. He just deletes the Trundle.
This Trundle only has armor on him, just finished Deadman's. He's got steel caps. Going for it.
Gets in. I think he misclicked a little bit there. It's just going to jump away.
I think he tried to threaten the tower, because if you do die, when he gets stunned.
They're jumping in onto the back line. Natty
kill.
is blown up. Velia finds the kill. Peng has to jump the wall. Marlon getting that locked out. Big mistakes coming in from the side of Ruddy. All they had to do was pressure topside and play it chill. They give Dragon, and they probably don't take this tower either off the back of that one. Although, Gaethan, I don't know if Nemesis really has the ability to stop him. Yeah, he's got Demolish. He's got Hullbreaker.
Whoa.
That tower's down. Inhibitor will be left open for now, not taken.
And this is why we were raving about the 3 dragons that Radisak have taken. Because now with these 3 dragons, they can buy time for Gaethan to absolutely demolish the lanes, quite literally.
Yeah.
Talking about demolishing in Gaethan, they're looking to demolish him.
There's the pillar to find the lockdown onto him. Gaethan is getting absolutely exploded. Big heal comes out from that Q, but it's not going to be enough.
Baron time?
Velia takes the kill. And that could be, like you said, Baron. Ruddy Saka trying to finish Baus up in the meantime. Marlon chasing in. They find the lockdown. He misses the ultimate. Baus jumping away. Peng has to flash him for the kill. I don't know if they can interrupt this, though. Natty's in the area. Can he make the hero steal happen? There's no vision, actually, for Lost Ratones behind the pit.
They have to give it up. They have to give it up. If they can't stop him from getting into the pit, they have to give it up. Super low on mana for Nemesis as well.
Good pillar into the double bombs onto 3. Big lockdown. Velia's going to chase forwards. In comes the tidal wave. Goes through the goalposts. Lost Ratones get healed up by the redemption. And Ruddy Sack just going to quickly grab the wave, grab pressure, and back off.
The resets are coming through from the side of LR. Nemesis!
Nemesis! In the middle of Ruddy Sack, caught in the lockdown. Chrono shift forced out. Can the rest of the cavalry come in time? No, they can't. Nata will take the kill.
And let's see how much control they can gain over here. Gaethan TP's in. This could be the Baron we were looking at. 45 seconds for Nemesis. Baus just about came up.
Crowny getting heavily chunked out. They didn't quite get enough burst off. Baus is in the area.
He TP'd over the top lane, completed the Riftmaker. This is some pretty low HP bars for Nati, not a low mana bar for Nata.
Could be dangerous. They've got Peng on one flank, they've got Marlon just playing flank on the other. They're going to immediately jump in onto Reckless, but the culling comes out, and Nata is deleted. Gaethan's trying his hardest to hold this one as Nata has to disengage. Natty trying to find that opening, find a massive chunk out. Gaethan flashes forwards. They're going to jump and try and finish up Crowley, but Crowley's just playing around the edge. Marlon misses the ultimate. That's going to be a kill for Crowley. Gaethan pinned in place. Baus locks them down. Ruddy Sack had the game in their hands, and they drop the ball. Teleport coming in. Peng has to 1 versus 3. Caught by the lockdown, caught by the pillar. Lost. Ratones are back in the game. There when Nata 3 items in, hasn't got a defensive item either.
As well, right? Like the AP items coming through, most likely voice up or something. Brownie
able to do a fair amount of damage there to Peng, but actually gets answered back out onto Velia. Getting chunked as well underneath the tower. Crowley's doing his best just to get some damage onto this tower, try and open it up, but Natty's been pulled over. Gaethan being a nuisance in the side lane here. They're going to throw the tidal wave down. Nata is annihilated. The slow is too much. And I think Lost Ratones might just be looking for the end here. They've got the Baron. Gaethan going to be getting pulled back. Baus has had to reset and defend top lane. So maybe that's enough to just force them away for the moment.
That's a great rotation right here. Baus pushed the wave, TP'd back, sorry, reset back, went for the wave that Gaethan was pushing. Then Gaethan has to reset because they lost a member. And Baus did the hard work right there. He pulled the wave up, but that's all Lost Ratones are going to be able to get. That bot lane tier 2.
His death cap now. But I don't think they can really do much but let this dragon fall. Again, it's not even soul point here. Ruddy Sack have had good control of the dragons this game, so it sucks to lose, but it's not going to be a game loser here. What would be a game loser is overcommitting for something you can't fight as Nemesis. Just going to force the...
Insane bowl going to Gaethan. Someone has to defend mid lane from Ruddy Sack as well, and Lost Ratones will take that chance to push that wave on the tower.
Ruddy were thinking about looking for a play. They do find a cage onto Crowny. He just dashes out to safety. Tower slowly but surely being whittled down. Baron will be falling off about now here for the side of Lost Ratones. So Ruddy going to be able to hold on. The nice little hook on the Velia, nothing too major. They do lose the inhibitor very quickly though. Gaethan doing his best to hold the line. And Ruddy, they're not out of this game, but every...
Huge wave coming in from the bot lane. Baus escorting the mid lane wave, and now he's going to join most likely the bot wave as well. He's constantly been pouring these waves inside Ruddy Sack's space, and they have to respond, which means the last outer tower defense is going to fall to the hands of Los Ratones, and I think Ruddy Sack right here are going to have to make their last try for defense in this game.
Baus is in the mid. Massive chunk out of their health bars there. Huge burst from Peng, but Baus is coming on the flank. He's going to get caught by the lockdown. Not going to let that happen. Nice play.
The base.
Peng looking for the damage, but the base is open. They need to defend. Solid kill, though, for the side of Ruddy Sack.
Props to Peng right there. He absolutely chunked Los Ratones. He single-handedly saved that siege.
They're not going to go for it. The waves, other than the top wave, are actually in a good state right now for the side of Ruddy Sack, so they can look to try and just skirmish and force out something. Maiden, not long for the world, sadly, as Crowny just going to throw down the culling onto Gaithen. Gaithen actually evading a lot of it. In jumps Natty to try and play the hero, but he is going to get blown up. Regulus takes the kill, looking down onto Natta. Natta will be taken out. Baus finishes him up. 2 members of Ruddy Sack remain. Gaithen caught by the slow, throws the cage in, gets caught by the bombs, and pop goes Gaithen. Baus will take another kill. Marlon will be locked down as well as he jumps over the wall, got the bombs on his head. Baus will just flash after him. There is the ace for Los Ratones. The base will fall. 35 minutes on the clock. Los Ratones are going to finals.